What's up, my friend? My name is Tony Kaizen. This is Life in English. And if you want to improve your English and sound a little more natural when you speak, then this is the lesson for you. I'm going to teach you 5 phrases that learners of English say on a daily basis, but native speakers would never say. All right. Simply because they're either grammatically incorrect or they just don't sound very natural. All right. Now, if you find yourself making these mistakes, if you realize like, damn, I say that, I do that, don't feel bad. All right. That's not the point of these lessons and these videos. The point is to correct the mistakes so that you do start to sound natural. All right. Cool. Let's get started. So the first thing that learners of English say, but native speakers would never say, is John is married with Maria. John is married with Maria. Now, we understand what you mean when you say that, but when we're talking about people who are married, we say married to, not married with, at least in English. Okay, so John is married to Maria, not married with Maria. You could also say John and Maria are married. That's another way of saying the same exact thing. And I know it might be confusing because the word with is often used for, being together or interacting together, right? I might talk with someone or I might live with someone, but we are married to our wife or our husband, okay? Or a husband and wife are married. Now, one more thing in relation to marriage that I want to teach you is that we also get engaged to another person. And to get engaged to somebody is when you and this other person basically promise to get married in the future. That moment is when you guys get engaged. So the man asks the woman, will you marry me? She says yes. She puts on the engagement ring. Now you are engaged. You have agreed. You have promised each other in the future you will get married. So I got engaged to my fiance 2 weeks ago. All right. I didn't get engaged with. I get engaged to her and then I get married to her. All right. The second thing that learners of English say that native speakers never say is my son has 5 years old. Now, I'm sure you and everybody else at some point has made this mistake because of the way that you talk about age in your native language. But even if you've heard this before, let me remind you, we do not use the word or the verb have when we're talking about age. Okay. So we would say my son is 5 years old, or simply my son is 5. You do not have to say years old if you're talking about a person's age. So he is 5, she is 17, he is 35. But if we're talking about objects, I wouldn't say my car is 5. I would say my car is 5 years old. So if you're talking about the age of a person, you don't have to say years old. You can just say the number. Tony's 26, she's 25, he's 13. But this microphone is 3 years old. This microphone is not 3. That doesn't make sense. Okay? So just remember that. The third thing that learners of English say, but native English speakers never say, involves phrasal verbs, okay? For example, a learner of English might say something like, I'll pick up him from the airport, or these eggs are bad, we should throw away them. The simplest way I can explain why this is incorrect is if a phrasal verb has an object, or if it takes an object, which means if the action is performed on someone or something else, and we use the object's name in the sentence, then we have 2 options for forming our sentence, okay? So let's use pick up, the same phrasal verb. I can say, I'll pick John up, or I'll pick up John. And both of those options are grammatically correct. They make perfect sense. We have said John's name, which is why we can put his name in between, in the middle of the phrasal verb, pick up, or right after the phrasal verb, pick up. That's the reason we can do that. However, if we use a pronoun like him, instead of his name, we use the pronoun him, then the pronoun must go in the middle of the phrasal verb. Okay? So I can say, I'll pick him up. I cannot say, I'll pick up him. And it's kind of weird. It's kind of confusing because I can say, I'll pick up John, totally fine, but I cannot say, I'll pick up him. I have to say, I'll pick him up. The pronoun has to go in the middle of the phrasal verb. So another example, the eggs. That's our object, right? I can say we should throw these eggs away. The phrasal verb, throw away, the object is the eggs. It's in the middle. But I could also say we should throw away these eggs. The object comes after the phrasal verb. Totally fine. I've said the name of the object. Now, if I want to say them, referring to the eggs, I cannot say we should throw away them. We're using the pronoun. We have not named the object, but them in this case is the object. And because it's a pronoun, it has to go in the middle of the phrasal verb. We should throw them away. I'll pick him up. You see what I'm saying? All right, the fourth thing that learners of English say all the time, but natives never say, is something like, I like very much your lessons. Now, the problem with this sentence is that when we have a verb, which in this case is the word like, that's the verb. When you have a verb and a direct object, which in this case would be the lessons, I like your lessons, we typically don't put anything in between the verb and the direct object. You see what I'm saying? So instead of saying, I like very much your lesson, you could say, I like your lessons very much. Okay? That way you're not separating the verb and the object. I like, the verb, like, your lessons, the object, and then very much. That sounds much more natural. Or you could say, I really like your lessons. That sounds even more natural. Or it sounds less formal to me. I really like your lessons, okay? But not I like very much your lessons. Now, another example would be, I brushed quickly my teeth. Now, maybe in other languages, that grammar structure makes perfect sense. And it makes sense in English. It just sounds weird to me. It sounds very unnatural to have the word quickly in between that verb brush and the object teeth. It sounds weird to have something in the middle there. So I can say, I quickly brushed my teeth, or I brushed my teeth quickly. You see, we're not separating the verb and the object there because that sounds so much more natural. All right, the fifth and final thing that learners of English do, but native speakers never do, is respond to a question in a particular way. So let me give you an example. Somebody might ask you, do you like pizza? And you might respond by saying, yes, I like. But it doesn't sound natural, right? And it's actually not correct. It sounds weird, you know? Now, the right way to answer this question is, yes, I do, or no, I don't. And of course, you can also just say yes or no. That's also an option. So when someone asks you a yes or no question with the word do, the short answer always uses do or don't. So do you like pizza? Yes, I do, or no, I don't. Do you know how to play football? Yes, I do, or no, I don't. Okay? Every single time. Now, when somebody asks you a yes or no question with the word did, then the answer is always going to have did or didn't, right? Did you see that movie? Yes, I did, or no, I did not. Did you call your sister? Yes, I did, or no, I did not. Okay? And remember, you can always just say yes or no. No problem. Now, I'll be honest, these grammar mistakes really aren't a big deal. And if you continue making these mistakes, people are going to continue to understand you. It's not going to make it impossible to communicate with people. But these mistakes, you know, they make you sound very unnatural, and it makes it obvious that English is not your first language. Now, you don't have to care about something like that, but if you do, then you just need to know and remember that you need to keep focusing on the small mistakes just like the big ones. You need to keep practicing and trying to improve. Now, I know that it can be very difficult to practice and improve when you don't have a language exchange partner or a teacher or something like that. So if that is the case and you need partners or you need teachers, then I strongly suggest that you consider joining the Life in English VIP membership, where you can practice your English from the reading and the writing to the speaking and the listening with me and other students of English just like you every single day. So if you want more information about that, you can visit lifeinenglish.net/VIP, or you can just click the link in the description below. It will take you there and tell you everything you need to know. All right, so if you have any questions about the lesson itself or the VIP membership, or you just want to say what's up, leave it all in the comment section below. And that's it for now, man. Thank you so much for your time and your attention. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will talk to you in the next one. Peace.